So, I have something to tell you. Um, so after I finish Batman Arkham Origins for Christmas and Vampire, I was able to acquire the Outer Worlds Spacer's Choice Edition for the PC
Oh,
for like
okay.
$15. I'm gonna do what I did the last time I played it. I'm gonna be a real dumb fucking moron that hates corporations and kill most of the population in the
Like a low
world, in the
intelligence
universe.
build.
Yeah, it's the only way to go.
All
It's the only
right.
way to go.
I think
So
we're
yeah, I
all
just
set.
installed it actually. It's on my computer, and Spacer's Choice comes with all the DLC. And strangely enough, I noticed that the people attributed with creating the Spacer's Choice edition, Virtuos, same people that did the Oblivion remaster.
Well, if it's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice.
You kept saying it, and that made me want to do the game again. So it's your fault.
You've tried the best. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice.
You're making me like that game more thinking about
I
it
don't think
when you
that
say
game
the
is bad,
thing.
but I think it's less impressive than I would like it to be. It's probably more accurate.
Based on what some of what I've seen, 2 is supposed to be the one that's got
And
the
Mikhail
juice.
noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Yeah, I have not played 2, so I can't comment on 2. I'm
Can't
still
either.
observing the BDS for now.
Yeah, it's $70 fucking dollars. So yeah,
Also, I can buy games that I really want to play that are much cheaper than that.
right.
You officers,
Also,
come to
like,
investigate the historic subtext of West Martinaise? I'm Khan Hylostown. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
You were saying?
so I'm just gonna wait till Black Friday because why the fuck should I get it when there very well could be a discount in the relative future?
And
And
given the reputation of Obsidian and Microsoft right now, a discount is quite likely.
oh yeah.
Yeah. But
So right now,
go
so
ahead.
let me. I'm sorry. I just want to say something while I'm thinking it because
Go
the
off, King.
dialogue thing. So right now, my brain is fine with paying attention to this game. It's at like 99.9% right now.
But it's going to decrease as we progress.
I will let you know.
All right.
Nice to meet you.
Hold on. Hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Okay, this
He's
guy's
just
fucking
making
with me.
up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, does the internet
I love
even
that
exist in
Half-Life
this
said
world?
the exact same thing you did right after you said it.
Well, like those two words in our
I know what
world-
hyperlink is, yes. I hope most people who watch this know what hyperlink is.
Well, no, hypertext is part of the HTTP.
Yes.
So, like, those are both internet things.
I
So
use
this guy's
those
saying
when
it.
making posts for the blog.
Right.
Like this will go into a YouTube, which will go into my blog. I will be using hyperlinks for those purposes. Hypertext for that purpose.
Yeah.
What was that about the Windows before?
Oh, yes. So, Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was
What?
49 years ago. So they didn't have Windows on the south wall.
What the fuck?
The wall didn't have Windows installed, Andre. I don't think you. I don't know if you understand this, but Windows is an operating system.
No. The part where he said vector monitor.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means? Do you know?
I
those
know
exist
what
in
this.
the real
I'm a
world.
tech guy. I know what this means. I'm being a shit. You go ahead though.
They should. If I was the people that made this game, I would have still had vector monitors because they're so cool. They look so cool.
You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
Why isn't
Mikhail's
his
a little
kid
tired
fucking
today.
saying a thing?
We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you
What
heard
the
of it?
fuck is
It's
a
programming
radio
language used in
computer?
Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
I imagine, I bet radio computers are what the fucking the RPG devs were using.
So, funny thing, like, okay, radio means signals are happening. Computer. So, I guess that is the closest version they have to a Wi-Fi enabled device.
I would assume that, like, that's an approximation of like an internet or a crude internet they're using in this universe.
But the thing is, he's saying adventure program. So, like, text adventure, like.
Could be like an Ultimate Online, even like a rudimentary RPG.
No,
a text-based MMO, like a MUD.
Well, a MUD is. Well, some MUDs had GUIs.
Yeah.
The thing I'm thinking this thing is probably like Zork.
Oh, that's a good shout
Like,
out.
very
The
limited.
cadence of a
Just
professor,
text.
or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But
fuck?
why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental
A
countries.
cybernetician.
They run Vox. Vox is the Latin word for voice.
Yes.
So I guess that's a radio station, right?
A radio computer station, maybe.
Hmm.
I'm looking for a suspect. Have you seen anyone around suspicious?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
There's something friendly and familiar in how he says that. A day off. He's telling
You
the
know
truth.
what?
He hasn't seen anyone.
Okay. You know what I like about Fallout is that is a reality where analog technology took off. Whereas most sci-fi settings nowadays, it's all digital.
Because that's what writers these days are familiar with. Yeah.
Whereas like I love the idea of the clunkiness and like the insanity of analog devices.
With the cathode ray tube.
Well, no, it's just like everything is just happening inside the computer, like mechanically, and whereas digitally, it's just a fucking bunch of lines with electricity going through it instead.
What if the internet was a series of tubes, actually, for realsies?
I mean, it is in a way.
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Look at the building looming over you.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I do, again, want to, point out just how, with a few, 3 sentences, the writers of this game gave a very vivid image of what this building looks like in my head.
Well, I'm guessing so this was an early access game, yeah?
I don't believe it was.
Or-
No.
Okay, was it? Well, based on what you told me earlier, it's a game that's changed quite a bit over time. You said it had no VO at the beginning.
It was originally released before COVID.
Right.
And shortly after COVID, I think 2022, they released this version, which is the director's cut.
Mm-hmm.
And this is mostly due to streamers like myself. Because if it wasn't for the fully voiced dialogue, I would have to read all of this out loud.
Mm-hmm.
And by the end of this stream, my voice would be dead. I would be unable to continue.
Right.
So, because this game became semi-popular to stream, they incorporated full voice acting and narration into the game, along with a couple other changes for the scripts for legibility and ease of reading for the narrator. But
Okay.
the director's cut is mostly adding the voice acting. That was the big change.
All right, so basically, like, I think the strength of this studio as it existed at the time, because a lot of those people are no longer with the company for,
Yeah.
I can only
The
fathom the dumbest reasons.
People make games. Documentaries are pretty good, although flawed in their own ways. There are a couple. I think No Clip is making a Disco Elysium documentary right now. That's releasing soon.
I mean, I don't know why you would have a golden goose and then you would immediately snuff it out. It's really frustrating that all the people went to all the various corners of the world after this was made, because I would like to see more of.
Because the people who made this game come from Estonia.
Yeah, that's pretty unique.
Yeah, like that's a very unique viewpoint on how the world works.
Well, the other thing is, like, all the work they put into this game it's kind of wasted, since there will be no continuation. Sadly.
Yeah, like I would love to hear that more about the Pale as like as a concept and how the Pale works.
I'd love I'd love to maybe see this world from a different viewpoint of, like, I don't know, it being like having some kind of limited first person game, or like there's a lot you can do with this. A lot.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era.
I will say, before we continue, if you are curious a little bit more about this world, the head writer for this game, Robert Kurvitz, actually wrote a book before Disco Elysium that takes place in this universe. It is called Sacred and Terrible Air. And I think there are English translations of it that are available now, because obviously like there would be. There might be fan translations, not actually official translations though.
What happens in it?
Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinaise, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
You were saying?
What do you know what happens in that book?
I have not read it yet myself.
Okay, so that all right.
I have because Wooly Versus from the Cat Super Beast did a series where he just read it out loud. And I am planning on listening to that audiobook style at some point, but I have like a few things on my plate I want to take care of first before I get to that. A few other books up in my library I want to finish reading.
All right.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN, and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
Not Zaum.
Right.
But additionally, I believe like the part of why they made this in the first place is because like this was also his tabletop role-playing setting. Like Kurvitz used like this was Kurvitz's homebrew tabletop RPG setting for his own homebrew like RPG adventures.
Well, it's sad he doesn't own it anymore.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinaise proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
I like Ferris wheels too.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinaise was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the engineers? The company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Well, that's interesting.
He means that the boys got shot by the communists. The boys were bourgeois.
You can tell
No.
the kid this.
No, do not.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, please do not do that.
Tape computers, right?
Tape computers.
What did the revolutionaries do with these advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
I wonder if Book Bitch has a copy. Not that I will actually look.
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid
You filthy
takes a
verm.
green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
How did the tape computers work?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
I don't think they were actually made of tape.
Buckle up.
I think maybe he means. Like. I think he means like one of those computers that has the reel of tape spinning in
Yeah,
it.
I think that's what he means too. I just don't think that he realizes that's what he means.
Yeah, because
10 years ago, I did a little...
So sorry.
freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje.
What?
It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Jews joined the team. Trying to...
Lumpty Dumpty Dom Center in Oranje.
the fuck?
Have you never been to the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center in Oranje?
I mean, like, will somebody do CBT to me there, or is it technology? Like, what the fuck is it?
I think that's when they like put your tape on the computers.
Oh, well then why is the word "dom" in it twice?
Yeah, you dominate the computer. You gotta show it. You gotta show it. You mean business, or it won't respond to you.
Hmm.
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
Thank you. I'm glad the game and me are simpatico today.
Yeah, for real. 2 for 2.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
Hold on 1 second.
Game is really synced up with me today.
All right.
What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum?
Thank you.
And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
All of them are just saying, man, Andre was right today. Andre was super duper right today.
Yeah.
This is
Maybe
all
the game heard me
easy
talking
peasy
about it.
garbage for sissy people.
This is all ninsy pinsy garbage for sissy people, Andre.
I mean, it's a weird fucking name for a...
Do you want to just let him keep going, or do you want to call him out on this bullshit?
You need to call him out.
Okay, the Wompty Dumpty Dun Center, Paul Ackerman, Keith and Guy Juiced. What are you talking about?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew
How
on
many
Larderman's
takes you think they
notion
had to
of
do for
memory,
that
so
read?
there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ackerman, chose
Like,
to...
he had to say it enough times where it was natural for him.
You're making this up. Lieutenant Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
Wait, what is it then?
It's an exhibition. It's a hobby grade looter shooter.
Please don't make jokes about Battleborn. I get sad.
Hobby grade. It's a hobby grade space / temporary art center research thing.
Please do not get me started on Battleborn.
But perhaps I should
will
return to
hijack
tape
this
computers.
entire stream.
As I was saying, the
Fine.
device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
The arse.
You know what was great about Battleborn?
What?
It's literally what people fucking wanted from Overwatch.
It is
in
in retrospect, isn't
2025.
it? It really
Yes.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. It had co-op, it had PvE,
That's
it
so
had PvP.
funny. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
And they didn't want it. They didn't want it. Fools. They got what they deserve.
The RCM should get some of those.
Even one would be very useful. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to the precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Wait, the Feld playback experiment?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
Well, while we're doing this, I need to start thinking about this Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the building roof in an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine, exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wonder Twins, Guy and
Wonder.
Keith Juiced, are the stars of the
Juiced.
show. With their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wompty Dumpty D-Dommiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSVP'd. Where are you if you are not here?
I mean, yeah.
We'll think about the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center while we're doing other stuff.
Jesus Christ.
2 seagulls circle in the sky. You look up and think, really? Or was there a 4th prototype that remains hidden in the mausoleums below Coal City?
Let's...
But of course, what else?
You look, you have money. Do you have money?
I do have some money, yes, but
This
that's
man's
not what's
the
really
dumbest
important here.
person ever. You do not...
Just say you have money. The
Sorry.
answer is always no. Even if it's yes, the answer is no.
Look, all right. I want you to look at the man that asked the question, do you have money? And think to yourself, why would I ever let this person know that?
I know why,
I do
Andre.
not know his intentions.
I know why you let him know that. I have an answer for you. It's for the sake of the social stabilité.
But he is clearly a person that looks like he would what is the fucking word people used? Disrupt the social stability.
Yeah, you mean the social stabilité.
Yeah. Like all he'd have to do is walk around. Just look at the
Its
way
existence is a disruption. You're
Terry
100%
looks.
correct.
I mean, he literally looks like he came from a fucking bachelor party. Except
God.
he cleaned up a little.
Except with
before he
it's a
left.
kimono, remember. Don't forget.
Right. So he's also culturally appropriating shit.
He's not going to give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling.
Yeah, that's why you say
come
no
on,
every time you're
you
asked
need
that.
the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Could I have
I
some
mean, we
of
got
that
enough.
unimportant money? Fine, okay. I don't want your money. I just wanted to see if my profiling skills were working.
Of course, Detective. I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states. Have you read it?
Uh-oh.
If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang
This
to
guy
mind.
strikes me as
You were saying?
Forget it. They don't sell those kind of books at crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Thank you for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
It's just the average conversation with an autist when you
The
trigger their
once
special
bright
interest.
Nero towers
Alright,
above you,
No
saying,
new checks for this.
Gotta do them side quests. We gotta grind.
Yep.
We gotta get those stats up.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years. Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside?
No. I won't even try. You know, I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It saddens him to say his name. Don't even ask. He wouldn't answer.
You wanna hear
Maybe
something
some other
interesting?
small talk.
Shoot.
So it mentioned salt from the sea just now.
Yes.
I just remembered there was some crazy motherfucker in history that proposed a machine that would just sit out in the ocean and it would have two functions: collect salt from the sea and gold.
Oh shit.
Now, the funny thing is, people looked at the blueprint and it was all horseshit, of course. But the funniest thing is that the salt harvested from the water would be worth more than
Then
the
the
gold.
gold? Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So the guy was like, yeah, no, this would be a great way for getting gold. And it's like, no, you dumbass. If this thing worked, the salt would be the thing worth money.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's so small brained.
Yeah. I mean, it was just fucking horseshit, but like, incredible moment. Incredible moment.
Can you still shoot though, Kim?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I pass my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
His
That
hands
means he
lead the
has
way when it comes to
70%
that. And
accuracy,
his shoulders.
which
It's reflex.
so not good. So here's the problem. The gun he has takes quite a while to reload, and he has 70% chance to hit. That means he has little over half a chance. He has 7 out of 10 times he will hit the target. But those 3 times he does not, he will die.
He did miss the body.
Yeah, exactly. This is why having the gun he has is not just bad, it's negligibly bad. Like it is actually, in a way, an argument could be presented that him
He's
having
being
a lease
endangered by having that weapon.
well, not just that. If there's an active gunfight and there are several people that also had muzzle loading weapons, they could have like multiple chances at a shot. So that means multiple times to hit him, and then also possibly multiple people. So him having a reduced capacity to respond might make people safer, but it can also be argued that since you are lowering his ability to respond, you could also be making it more dangerous for everyone around.
I think the argument you would probably give in response, hypothetically speaking, is that he should not be in a big firefight. If that breaks out, he should be calling for backup at that point and not actively engaging.
So that's why whenever I've thought of getting something for self-defense, I have always leaned towards a revolver because they do not jam. Because my rationale is, if I can't get them down in 6 shots, I'm going to need more than one person to help me anyway. So my argument is, like, he should at least have a gun that can fire, let's see, I'll just say 3 shots at the least, like regular ass bullets. Because the muzzle loader requires you to first...
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of
You did
stuff.
that on purpose.
I didn't realize that was going to be narration.
Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
You said 3 bullets, you'd think, would be enough?
Yeah, like a normal revolver with at least the ability to do 3 shots. Like, but that would mean like not a muzzle loader. Because let me make this clear to you.
You want a cartridge?
Well, like a basic bullet
that
we have in the real world right now. Because let me help you understand like how fucked he is if he gets into a gunfight or just a altercation with multiple people, even if they don't have any weapons. He can only fire once. Then he has to go through the process of grabbing the powder, pouring the powder down the barrel, then putting a bit of cloth on the top, putting the musket ball down a little bit into the barrel. Then he has to take out the rod to push it all the way down. Then he has to ram it repeatedly so it can compact the powder and the ball so that it fires correctly. And depending on how it functions, he might have to put more in a little flash pan next to it, then cock the hammer back, then aim it, and hopefully he doesn't miss.
And before he does any of this, he has to probably also find cover first.
Well, that's if he's in a gunfight. If he's in a gunfight, it's a different situation. If
like in a fist fight, you mean?
If he's in an open area and there's like a mob or a posse of people, like, or just 2 people in an altercation, one of them can close in the distance, and anything distracting him from that entire process I just described to you, he will not be able to shoot.
Effectively, he has 1 shot before he has to like disengage or finish the fight.
Like, listen, cops should not have Glocks that have 19 rounds in them, but
I think the solution here is to give them 3 pistols.
You mean he does what Blackbeard was reported to have done? Just have
like a lot of like pirates at the time
holsters
did
on you?
just have preloaded pistols.
Well, yeah, that was how you had to do it. Although there's this really interesting gun I saw. They actually made this model of flintlock where it had a lever on the left-hand side, and what you would do is you would preload like 4 shots. You'd fire 1, and then you'd crank with the lever on the left, and it would load in the next ball and powder for the next shot. Problem is, it didn't work.
It wasn't reliable.
100% of it was not reliable, no. So that's why when they said that was what they were using, I was just
I remember you
flabbergasted.
you freaked out, had a minor freak out for a second there.
Well, like you don't understand how insane.
No, you explained it to me. I do understand because you explained it.
Like it would make more sense if he had a sword on his person than that weapon.
Like a cavalry sword or like a saber.
Or anything. Like a knife, a baton, just his bare fucking fists. Like, those guns are so incredibly useless.
Well, I mean, don't forget about the military grade breech loaders.
Well, those are. I mean, honestly, it would make more sense if the gun he had was that, because then you could make. There are breech loaders that can only fire one at a time, but like you could reload it.
Like a hunting rifle or something?
Well, I mean, like, so to clarify what a breech loader is, you've used a double barrel shotgun in a video game. That is a barrel. That is a breech loader. You are opening it up from behind and you are putting the ammunition in. So like, you can. I mean, you reload those fast enough in Doom to get another shot up. Compare that to the reload animation for a fucking musket. Like, it changed how.
I mean, there's a reason that like when you were using muskets, odds are for every load you put the fucking spear hook in there and just use that instead.
You mean the bayonet?
Yeah, the bayonet.
That was I was watching a historian on YouTube and he said that was a tactic. So like,
it's just because it's faster than putting the fucking bullet in and trying to reload again.
Well, so he said that one of the strategies that people would employ if they wanted an advantage when it was all musket warfare is you'd have the line of people, and the misconception was like there was an etiquette to people fighting, like they would take turns shooting at each other, but that's not how it worked.
No.
So like the way it would work is you would, if you were smart, you would wait for them to fire first. Then you would close in the distance so that you could have better accuracy because you'd be closer to them, then take your shot, then prep a bayonet charge and go in. So like
people don't know this, muskets are famously not very accurate.
Actually, that's another inaccuracy.
Oh, is it?
He mentioned. Yes. Muskets could hit stuff up to 100 yards. So like they were not, I mean, they're not as accurate as stuff we have now. That's so.
My understanding was there was always the ball bearing versus the curved bullet. That was the big innovation there.
Well, I mean, it's several things like black powder and video game. I mean, the science behind how guns work is insanely fascinating. I am not going to go into it now because I don't know enough.
The state of this Let's Play. Bugs two casuals playing Disco Elysium.
It's immensely fascinating, but like there's a lot of technological innovation in that space that makes firearms the way they are today. But like I just cannot understand how they have electricity in this world, but they are using the equivalent of like a caveman club.
I mean, it's implied that there are better guns. It's just that people who aren't like military, like people in the military or mercenaries, are not able to get them. Like they're rich, expensive collector's items, or they're mercenary equipment. They're not something that a civvy or a police officer would be able to have access to.
So, in other countries where they're a bit more shy on the law enforcement having weapons like this, they just make it so they don't openly carry it around like the cops in our country.
That said, the idea of like the Queen soldier with a fucking muzzle-loaded weapon is absurd. It is laughably absurd, in fairness.
But the thing is, like, there still is a contingency of they have like a firearm in their possession, left behind in like the car, that they will bust out in case of a
emergency,
of a threat, of an appropriate threat that they have to respond to, because they even will admit, like, when the rare exception occurs that somebody's got a gun. Like, there's a lot of factors added into that you can only really respond to with another gun. Because you just how it works, man. Like, they will take you out before you can get close to them.
All right. Let's see what these people in this tent have to say.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader, or at least he thinks he is.
Squeeze in.
Sorry,
Yeah, let's
we
do
barely
it.
have room for one.
You
what?
go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Kim, we're 44 years old.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Are you saying I'm a hobo, Kim? What the fuck?
Hobo cop, more like.
We're never leaving this tent.
Well, we have our own house now, so it's fine. That we're I guess renting for free. The label says distilled.
Oh no, not distilled water.
That ain't for drinking.
No.
A young
Maybe they
man
could use
with
it for a CPAP
peroxide
machine.
blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret,
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
But
Yeah,
is
okay,
it?
Okay. No. Still say nothing.
All right.
Hardcore to the mega!
Say nothing.
Internally coherent!
Still say nothing.
You didn't want to ask about the mercenary hanging around?
No.
All right.
No. No.
Alright! Yeah!
Keep saying nothing.
he furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
Okay.
So hardcore!
Is it though?
Shit.
I was thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
This man
The
looks like an
right
elf
way out
in
of this
his
garden
little
of forking paths, you think?
portrait.
New task. Solve the egghead puzzle.
Make the egghead man's head pop up again. It looked
The
like
young man
Solus.
with the
Look, he
tape
looks like
recorder
Solus.
acknowledges
He
you
does
again.
kind of look like
When he looks at
Solus
you,
but on
he
drugs.
squints as though you